Hello, my name is Starr Cruz, and I am going to be talking to you about myths and challenges of online learning. There are three topics that I'm going to be talking to you about: misconceptions versus reality, funding schools who offer online courses to students, and online learning as an educational transformation tool. Let's go ahead and start with the misconceptions versus reality. Now, believing myths are all too common for parents, policymakers, and even teachers who have not experienced online learning firsthand. The misconceptions of online learning programs are very different than the actual reality of what the programs are. Here are some examples of myths that are far too common. The first one is online learning is just a high-tech version of the old corresponding course. In reality, the courses are teacher-led, extensive interaction between teacher and students. They offer different learning experiences by using media tools such as videos, and they have or offer immediate access to research sources and supplemental content. Another myth is online courses are easy to pass. That's not necessarily so, because the reality of it is the level of difficulty of online courses varies in the same way that the level of difficulty of face-to-face classes varies by course, teacher, and other variables. Another myth: students are able to cheat easily in online courses. Not necessarily so. Teachers can proctor quizzes and exams. They can use learning software to prohibit students from entering an assessment more than once. Or they can even have additional software that helps the teacher compare student work against resources available on the internet to catch plagiarism. Another myth: online learning is much cheaper than face-to-face instruction. Actually, the cost of technology, hardware, and software, as well as the technological infrastructure, is the equivalent of the school's physical facility. Moving on to the next topic, let's go to funding schools who offer online courses to students. This is actually a very controversial topic. It is argued that students should be physically present in a school and should be under the direct supervision of a school staff employee in order for the state to pay for that student's learning. Online education is different because the student can take the course from the comfort of their own home or elsewhere, which conflicts with the state's restrictions to pay for that student. Some states have rules and policies that work this restriction, but a lot of states do not. There is an innovative model that the state of Florida came up with where funding was only provided to students who were successful. Traits of this model have spread to other states that also use this type of method. Moving on to the third point. Online learning as an educational transformation. Online learning is a huge factor in the future of education. Therefore, it should be looked at as an educational transformation. To prepare and adapt to this growing trend, school districts must change the way it looks at online learning programs by giving the teachers the training and professional development they need, and also to reevaluate their current technology policies that affect the abilities of students using contemporary technologies. By doing this, teachers will be able to give more engaging projects. They will be able to incorporate the usage of wikis and other online technology programs, and they will be able to show differentiating ways to assess. For students, we are building 21st century learners, and we are exposing students to contemporary technologies, and we are differentiating ways for students to communicate. I'm going to conclude with some final thoughts. What surprised me the most was the cost of online learning versus a traditional classroom. I had not taken into account the expensive hardware and software needs, as well as the teacher-student ratio that would keep costs parallel with a traditional classroom cost. What I still wonder is if Hayes CISD is receiving funds on students currently enrolled in online courses. And lastly, time is a key component for parents, policymakers, and teachers to truly understand and get used to the realities of online learning. Proper training for teachers and more accessibility of technology for students are also key components to make online programs effective within school districts. Embracing and adapting online learning as we move forward with technology and society, we are supporting our 21st century learners.